Hello, children. Now, as we all know, those of us who follow Drag's Race, like I do, Allstars 2 came out with a much improved format. Now, first off, they started off on Thursdays instead, so you can go watch your Drag Race, and then go out on the weekend, get your drink on, and compare notes with your friends. Now, there are no teams, and I was ecstatic to hear that. But after that was a constant state of, what the hell? First off, Rue says she's not going to eliminate anyone. And I'm like, okay, how are we going to pick the winners and all that? And I was a bit confused, and so were all the girls. And then she dropped another bomb, which had everybody happy. Very, very happy, and me wishing I could get on that show. Instead of the bottom two lip syncing for their life, the top two would lip sync for their legacy. And 10 grand. Oh yeah, anybody would want to be in their shoes. 10 grand. And then when they were on the runway, after their performance, which this week was a talent show, some of them, meh. Most of them, A-okay. Well, while they were on the runway after that, Rue decides to drop another bomb, which is why the no, she's not sending anyone home thing was, you shady bitch. The top two would not only lip sync for their legacy, but the winner, who would win $10,000, would also have to be the one to choose who to send home from among the bottom. Rue, you shady bitch. So yeah, the judges would give their critiques as usual, and the critiques this week, I think a lot of people are going to agree with me, bordered on bullying when it came to Adore Delano, because this is supposed to be a talent show, and basically showing what talents you have that aren't just being pretty, which means your looks don't really matter for this one, but they read her, well, Michelle anyway, read Adore for Phil, and that is her aesthetic. She is the grungy, punky, ratchet child. For her to be wearing lame at all is a big step. Not lame, palets? Sequins? It was really shiny. But for her to be wearing something as shiny as that, face beat, hair in the punk style, that was somewhat glamorous. Pardon me. For Adore, anyway. And Michelle just kept reading her and reading her and reading her, tearing her to pieces. I'm like, that's not what this challenge was about. Leave the kid alone. And so Adore's talent was singing, because she is a singer-songwriter, has 2 albums out, Till Death Do We Party and After Party. Go out on Spotify, iTunes, available there. Good music. So she sang one of her own songs from After Party. And that didn't seem to register with the judges, just the way she looked, apparently. Fifi O'Hara, also in the bottom 2, did a cappella. Oh, girl, don't. No. No. I can sing too, but even I don't do a cappella. Unless I'm walking home with my headphones on, always have accompaniment. It just works. Unless you're singing a cappella in a group where the other ones can be your accompaniment, don't do that. And Coco Montrese, who did dancing. The dress was too long and voluminous for you to see any of the moves, so it was kind of boring. Didn't really go anywhere. Other talents. Well, Katya did gymnastics, because we don't want to hear that one sing. Sorry, Katya, but if your singing from season 7 was any indication, we don't want to hear you singing. Ginger Minge took us to church with a song. Detox did a whole lot of neon paint splashing with the drum thingy and techno beats and whatnot. She did her own song too. Alaska, again, another singer-songwriter, did a song. I don't know if she wrote that one or not. I don't think so. But it wasn't what anyone was really expecting, because it wasn't the cutesy girl typey singing that you would expect a drag queen to try and do. This was pure Alaska. Roxy did burlesque quite well. I ought to take lessons. And Tatiana did spoken word. Not my thing, but it was okay. So the top two were Tatiana and Roxy Andrews. And that's when Ru pulled out that little extra bitch. So they were stressing out over who they would have to send home, and they came to the conclusion, everyone came to the conclusion that the best thing to do for this competition with that shady piece of responsibility thrown in was that they would use the judges' critiques and choose the one that was the weakest, to be fair. And that's what they all said. Let's be fair and pick the one who was actually the weakest. Whereas Tatiana was saying, if I win this, I'm sending home competition. Bitch. Cool down. And yeah, through this show, a lot of people were underestimating Tatiana because it's been a minute since her season. I mean, 6 years? Yeah. But that just means the queen will have room to grow, because she was a young, new queen with not a whole lot of polish on. She's had 6 years to get polished. And she did. So yeah, don't underestimate somebody who's been out of the drag race game. You look at them as stiff competition, just to be safe. And yeah, a lot of people came back with a lot to prove. Like Roxy came back to prove that she wasn't a bitch. Along with Fifi O'Hara coming back for the same reason, understandably. Yeah, after her season, you want to redeem yourself. And they were saying that, yeah, Roxy was saying, no matter how they edit it, if you don't say it, it won't end up there. So you still said it. And yeah, that's the truth. That's the tea. Ginger also wanted to come back to prove that she's not as much of a bitch as the end of the show showed her, because I didn't think she was a bitch. They showed her a little bit bitchy near the end, but she was great. Especially when her and Katya were there together. They were a pile of fun. And the Coco Alyssa thing, that they probably wanted drama from that, but no. They buried the hatchet. So we come down to it. They do their lip sync. Roxy wins, thank God, because I don't really want to know who Fifi was planning on sending home. And Roxy sent home Coco, which I actually thought that was correct. Because, yeah, Coco, your performance was boring. Don't go out of your comfort zone if you don't know whether or not you're actually talented at it. It's a talent show. Use your talent. There are things you're probably talented at. Use that. But you didn't, and so Bruce sends you home. And then when she does that, at that end of that show, she drops another bomb. Coco might be coming back. No. Before the whole send-off thing, before the whole lip sync thing, I could see that Roxy was really, really trying to make it as absolutely fair as possible, and I could see it getting to her. Tatiana, don't give a fuck. But yeah, she was really, really working at it. So she'll probably redeem herself this season, and that would be nice to see. Cause you can see a glimmer that maybe she wasn't as bad as you'd think in her season. I didn't think she was as bad as Fifi. And yeah, I don't think anybody could top Fifi's bitchiness. But yeah, that's my views on the subject. What do you think? Who do you favor? Me personally, I'm torn between Alaska and Katya. Because I really love those two, and I'm not sure who I'd want to win out of them. Yeah. So tell me what you think. Put it in the comments below, and have a nice day. Bye-bye now.